Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear lovely students, I am again here in front of you to take another class. And our today's topic is the traffic police, a nice poem included in your syllabus. The students who are HSC examinees and who are the first year and second year student, all the students related to intermediate level, and I think if you are the students of English literature honors level, then this class will be benefited for you. And my request is to all my students that please share this video so that the other students can get benefited by this class. So in my class I will discuss and I will translate first the whole poem first, and then I will give some ideas about how we can write a nice theme and how we can write a summary of the poem. My dear students, you know that in your syllabus, in your textbook is very nicely designed, and I love it. I love the textbook of intermediate first year, HSC first year, that this book is very nicely designed, and here you will get so many poems, so you get the test of literature from your textbook, and from the whole 13 questions appeared in the examination, you will get the test of true literature by writing the themes, and this theme you will get in question number 11. Question number 11, the theme writing. And be careful that there is another question you will get in question number 3, and that is the summary writing. But my dear students, my dear beloved students, my dear lovely students, one thing you should remember that there are some differences between a theme and a summary. Okay? The first, I want to say something about myself prior to my class. Before going to my class, I want to say something about me. I am Muhammad Ariful Islam, lecturer of English, Shastaganj Model Kamil Madrasa. And now our topic is a poem, The Traffic Police. The Traffic Police. So first, I want to go through a poem line by line. Amidst killer speed, I stand facing the traffic, stretching my hand. I am seen on kids' book and as cartoons everywhere, educating people and asking them to beware of the erratic traffic and the signboards seen on almost all the roads, so that you are safe. I see each one of you, but my sweat, my plight on the road sees who. Be it sunny or rainy, for your safety I must be vigilant, agile, on the middle, standing erect, as fit as a fiddle. Oh, my ear hurts. Oh, my hand aches. Oh, look at the weather. Such unpredictable days, but I cannot swear. I must be on duty. I care for your safety, be it noisy or dusty, be it sunny or rainy, be it I must be on duty. I care for your safety. Okay, my dear viewers, my dear students, one thing you may notice that in every other poems, there you will get the name of the poet, but in this case, in the case of this very poem, you cannot get the name of the writer mentioned in the textbook. Okay? What is the reason behind it? You know that if you think about the very topic of this unit, this poem is included in the lesson number 3 and included in the unit of traffic education. The name of the very unit, the title of the very unit is the traffic education. You know that in our country we are suffering, or we have so many problems in our country nowadays. But you know that the biggest problems of our country are, you can say, food adulteration, traffic jam, especially the cities or towns like Dhaka, Sylhet, Chittagong, Rajshahi are often jam-packed by the vehicles. So we see that this is to teach us, to teach the people, to teach the students about the traffic system, about the traffic rules and regulation. This unit is included. So I already I have said about this. This textbook is designed very nicely, and this textbook discusses the common problems of our recent time. And when this poem is included in this unit, then so many writers, so many designers, or so many specialists, or so many writers of this textbook jointly wrote this poem. This poem is not one man work. Okay, this poem is not one man work. Many writers, you know that there are, in your textbook, there are writers, Kazi Masum Billah, Fakhrul Alam, Muhammad Shahidullah, Julfikar Haidar, Gautam Rai, and I am very happy. I was in a seminar. I had been in a seminar with Gautam Roy. He is an NCTB curriculum specialist, and while taking training in NIAM, and I had a session with Mr. Gautam Roy, and he's a nice man. So more than one man wrote this poem. So this is the reason why you cannot get the right poet's name in this poem. Other, maybe you may have 9 or 10 poems in your whole textbook, but this is the very special. This is the very special poem, and you will not get the writer's name mentioned in the textbook. So I went through the whole poem. Then I want to discuss about the poem. I want to discuss what the writer wanted to say in the first stanza. If while reading or reciting a poem, it is very important to know about something about what is the rhyme scheme, what is the stanza. And stanza is what, that in an essay or in a composition we get paragraph or we get para. If you analyze an essay, then you will notice that you will get so many paras, and in the first para we write the introduction of the topic, then we will the development of the topic, then we have to conclude our topic by saying something. So in fictional writing or non-fictional writing, in prose, this is called paragraph or para. But in the case of poem, this is called stanza. This is the first stanza. This is the second stanza. This is the third stanza. Okay, stanza maybe consist of 2 lines, maybe 3 lines, 4 lines, but this acts as a para in a poem. Okay, in the first para, in the first stanza, we notice that the rhyme scheme is A B B. If we analyze hand, A B B, everywhere, stand hand everywhere, beware, signboards, roads, AABBCC. AA, we can say the rhyme scheme is AABBCC. And this is the first, this is the first stanza. This is the first stanza, this is the second stanza, this is the third stanza. Another thing, what is discussed on the first stanza? In the very first stanza, the protagonist of the poem is written in first personal point of view, because we get here I stand, my hand, I am seeing. So the whole story is depicted, or whole the plots or conflict story is depicted in the first person point of view. First person point of view. So in the first stanza, the poet describes, amidst the killer speed I stand. We know that in the road there are so many vehicles running. There are buses, trucks, taxis, CNG, so many vehicles, and anytime any bad incident can be happened. Okay, there is every chance to get an accident, to face an accident in the road. So what is the I here is the traffic policeman. Who is I? I here is a traffic policeman, and the traffic policeman is describing his work. Amidst means amidst killer speed. Killer speed means there are so many vehicles which can anytime can cause the accident, and in this situation I stand facing the traffic, stretching my hand. If you go to the intersection of the city or town, you may see the traffic policemen are standing, stretching their hands, and sometimes they stop the vehicles, sometimes they allow the vehicles to run or to go. Okay, so stretching my hand. So he is stretching his hand and facing the traffic, facing the so many vehicles. He has to stand on the every intersections. I am seen on kids' book and as a cartoons everywhere. You know that you may get the picture of a traffic policeman on the children's book, and the children's were always taught traffic education by using cartoons. So this line is actually, he laments over the other people's satire, or other people make him fun of his work. So he is seen on the kids' book, that means children's book, and as cartoons, people make their cartoon and teach the children about traffic education. And everywhere educating people to educate people, they are used as a cartoon. Okay, and asking them to be aware of the erratic traffic. We know that traffic are unpredictable. Anytime anything can be happen here. So erratic, that means irregular. Erratic, that means unpredictable, not normal. Okay, unusual. This unusual traffic, though the traffics are unusual, he has to stand in every intersection to make the people aware of to make the people to be conscious about the traffic rules. And signboards, and many signboards are drawn. On the signboard, the traffic policemen picture, the traffic policeman's picture were drawn on the signboard and seen on almost all the roads. And a traffic policeman is a common figure, and you will see the traffic policeman almost in all the roads, especially in the intersections. You know that in Dhaka city there are more than 350 intersections only in Dhaka city. So in the very first stanza, the poet discusses about his function, and though his function is very important, but his function is sometimes satirized by the other people, or sometimes they are used for making fun, and they are used as cartoon and in the children's book. In the second stanza, so that you are safe, I see each one of you. So what is the poet actually? What is the traffic police? The protagonist here, the narrator here. The narrator here is a traffic police, and traffic police is telling us that he his work is very important, and he renders his service so that the other people in the world, in the road or in the street, can be safe and sound. But my sweat means, we can say that in Bangla, gham. Okay. So this is, very synonymous with, sorrow. My plight, my sweat, my plight on the road sees who. His work is very important. He does the very hard work, but nobody is considering his duty, or nobody is considering his works as a significant one. Okay, be it sunny or rainy, for your safety I must be. I vigil and agile. Here, vigil means who awaking position at the time of, even in the sleep. Okay, even at the time of sleeping. Okay, so we can say that at the time of sleeping, the people who watch, the people who are alert always, if there is bad consequences or bad incident happen or not. Okay, so vigil and agile. Agile, that means very active. On the middle, standing erect, as fit as a fiddle. That means he is standing on the middle of the road, and he is watching very carefully. He is very alert to make sure the other people are safe and sound on the road. There are any bad incidents or accidents happen, all things are watched by a traffic policeman. So he is again describing his hard job and hard work. In the third stanza, again he said very nicely, and if you see the repetition of O and O. And what is the significance of this repetition? By this repetition, this is very important in the whole poem, that every time he uses this O 3 times. 3 times he repeated. 3 times the traffic policeman repeated O and O. First he said, "Oh my your hearts," because his job is very hard, very difficult. Sometimes this is unpredictable day. Maybe it is sunny or it is rainy. The weather is sometimes rough. The weather is sometimes good. But his ears hard. That means he get pain in the ear. because you know that so many vehicles make gathering, and at the time of jam packing, at the time of traffic jam, so many vehicles stand in a queue, and they are stopped, like you know that making many sound, and this all the sounds hurts his ear, and oh, my head aches. Okay, so again he is saying that sometimes he feels aches or pains in his head, because that there are so many vehicles, different sound, so many harsh sound. You know that our limit of sound is 70 decibels, and if the 70 decibels is exceeded, then it is very harmful for our ear and head. You know, oh, look at the weather. Again, he is saying that, oh, look at the weather, such unpredictable days. Who knows? The weather may be sometimes sunny, sometimes rainy, sometimes the sun shines very hotly, sometimes it's too cold, but he has no excuse. The traffic policeman has no excuse, and the traffic policeman cannot escape from his work, from his respective job. And what I wanted to say, that by this repetition, oh, he uses this 3 times. And what is the significance of this repetition? By this repetition, the protagonist or the traffic policeman wants to hold the attention of the readers, okay, or the listeners. And he said that, but I cannot swear. That is what I said before, that he had no chance to escape, or he had no chance to go to another work to do. He had to stand in his respective place, and maybe for 8 hours or more. I must be on duty. I care for your safety. I must be your duty. I care for your safety. Here he again repeated this. He has no other option. Rather standing on the middle of the road and making the people aware or beware of the bad incidents or accidents. Be it noisy or dusty. Sometimes it's become very much noisy. Sometimes it becomes very much dusty. Be it sunny or rainy. Again we see that the repetition. I must be on duty. I must be on duty. I care for your safety. I care for your safety. These are all the repetition. But this repetition is not useless. This repetition is very much important, and in this whole poem, by this repetition, the traffic policeman wants to speak about himself, wants to uphold, or wants to convey, or wants to deliver his duty, his difficult duty. And his duty is difficult. He is doing the hard work, but his hard work is not considered by the other people with judgment. Okay, the other people do not consider the traffic policeman's duty, the traffic policeman's hard job. This is the conflict of the poem. You know that his duty is very important. His service is very important for the society. His service is very important for the country, but he is neglected. He is not considered with judgment, with proper judgment by the other people. This is the conflict of the poem. And this is the main conflict of the poem, you know. And the very subject of the poem is, this poem is about the significant parts of a traffic policeman's activity. This is the very subject. And what are the conflict here? The conflict is his duty and his works. His duty and his works are very important for the society, but are very significant for the country, but he is neglected. This is the conflict. Okay. And how the traffic policemen react to the conflict? We see that traffic policemen react to this conflict by saying many things about the other people that he's seen the cartoons, the kids' book, but maybe the weather is in any kind, sunny or rainy. Maybe the weather is too hot or too cold or moderate. But he has to still do his duty in his working place. This is the reaction of the traffic policeman. This is the very reaction of the traffic policeman. Now we see that one thing we can judge by this poem. What is the lesson, or what are the lesson of main lesson of the general lesson for the people, for the other people from this whole poem? This is that we should respect the duty of a traffic policeman. We should not neglect the traffic policeman duty. So my dear students, my lovely students, again I want to say something about that how we can write a nice theme and how we can write a nice summary. Okay, my dear student, now I will first discuss about the definition of the theme, and I will discuss about the summary, and I will discuss, of course, the differences between a theme and a summary. Okay, my dear student, now we see that what is actually the theme is. What actually the theme is. Okay, the theme is the purpose of writing, what messages or what the lessons the writer want to convey us. What the writer or what the speaker of the poem or what the protagonist of the poem want to convey us. Okay, the main aim of writing any particle, that to give you better understanding, I want to say something in Bangla. My dear students, একটা জিনিস আমি তোমাদেরকে বলি যে আমরা যখন একটা থিম তৈরি করি তখন আমাদেরকে বুঝতে হবে যে একটা থিম তৈরি করার সময় আমাদেরকে এই জিনিসটা মাথায় রাখতে হবে, যে কোনো একটা ওয়ার্ড, যে কোনো একটা বড় মাপের এক বড় রাইটারের অথবা যে কোনো রাইটারের একটা কাজের আমরা কিভাবে থিম বের করব, এটা সম্পর্কে আমি কিছু বাংলায় না বললেই তোমাদেরকে আমি ভালো আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং বা প্রপার আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিংটা দিতে পারবো না। এইজন্য আমি তোমাদেরকে ভালোভাবে বোঝার জন্য আমি বাংলাতে কিছু কথা বলতে চাই। যে থিম মানেটা হলো যে কোনো একটা সাপোজ আমরা যদি বলি যে কোনো একটা, আমরা রবীন্দ্রনাথ ঠাকুরের সোনার তরী, গগনে গরজে মেঘ ঘন বর্ষা, কুলে একা বসে আছি নাহি ভরসা। আমার পুরো কবিতাটা মুখস্থ নাই, তারপর শেষ লাইনগুলো এরকম যে ঠাঁই নাই ভরা সে নদী, তোমারই সোনার ধানে গিয়েছে ভরি। এখানে বলতেছে কবি প্রথম দিকে বলতেছে যে মানে আকাশটা খুব মেঘাচ্ছন্ন ছিল, আকাশটা খুবই মেঘাচ্ছন্ন ছিল, মানে আনপ্রেডিক্টেবল একটা দিন ছিল। তারপর এখানে একজন কৃষক বসে আছে নদীর তীরে, সে অপেক্ষা করছে যে একটা যদি তরী আসে, একটা নৌকা যদি আসে তাহলে সে ধানগুলা সহ তার বাড়িতে যেতে পারবে। এখন দেখা গেল একটা পর্যায়ে একটা মানে নৌকা আসলো, নৌকা আসার পরে সব ধানগুলা, কৃষকের ধানগুলা ওই নৌকাতে বোঝাই করে দেওয়া হলো। সোনার তরীতে অবশ্যই আমরা পড়ছি, না পড়লেও একটু পড়ে নেবেন, বুঝবেন যে আমরা কিভাবে একটা থিম তৈরি করি এখান থেকে। তো যাই হোক, যখন নৌকা আসলো তখন মাঝি অনুরোধ করলো যে আমার মানে ধানগুলো আপনি নিয়ে যান, এগুলো নিয়ে আমি বসে আছি। তখন মাঝি সব ধানগুলা দিয়ে যখন বোঝাই করলো, শেষমেশ যখন লেখক মানে কবি যখন বললেন যে এবার আমাকে ঠাই দাও, তখন মাঝি খুব সুন্দর করে বলতেছে, ঠাই নাই ভরাসে নদী, তোমারই সোনার ধানে গিয়েছে হরি। এখন এটা দিয়ে আসলে কবি রবীন্দ্রনাথের থিমটা কি বোঝাতে চাচ্ছেন, কি বোঝাতে চাচ্ছেন? আমার প্রিয় ছাত্রছাত্রীরা, একটা জিনিস তোমরা সবসময় মাথায় রাখবা যে থিম হলো যে একটা লেখকের উদ্দেশ্যটা কি, ওই লেখার উদ্দেশ্যটা কি। ওই উদ্দেশ্যটা যদি আমরা ধরে ফেলতে পারি তাহলে আমরা খুব মজা করে একটা থিম লিখে ফেলতে পারবো। এখন যদি কবি রবীন্দ্রনাথের যদি সোনার তরীর থিম আমরা লিখি, তাহলে আমরা এখানে দেখব যে কবি বলতেছেন যে এই পৃথিবী একটা মহাকাল, পৃথিবী একটা বড় একটা নৌকা। এখানে কবি যখন তার শেষ দিনগুলাতে কবি যখন তার সব লেখা মৃত্যুর কিছুকাল পূর্বে যখন তার সব লেখাই এই মহাকাল নামক এই তরীর মধ্যে ঠাঁই হবে, কিন্তু কবি একটা নির্দিষ্ট দিনের জন্য এই পৃথিবীতে এসেছিলেন, 60-70 এরকম, মেবি 61 থেকে 41 পর্যন্ত প্রায় রবীন্দ্রনাথ ঠাকুর প্রায় বেঁচে ছিলেন প্রায় 80 বছর, সম্ভবত 61 থেকে 41, 80 বছর, 81 বছর প্রায়। তো যাই হোক, এই দিন কিন্তু কবির যেদিন এই পৃথিবীতে সময় শেষ হয়ে গেছে, তিনি মৃত্যুবরণ করেছেন, তিনি চলে গেছেন, এই মহাকাল নামক বড় তরীটা তার কাজকর্মগুলো, তার যে কর্ম, তার যে কাজ, তার যে ওয়ার্কস, তার যে নোবেল, উপন্যাস, কবিতা, সবকিছুর এই মহাকাল নামক তরীতে ঠাঁই হয়েছে, কিন্তু তার ঠাঁইটা হয়নি। তাহলে বন্ধুরা, আমরা কি বুঝতে পারলাম এই ক্লাসটা থেকে যে আমরা যদি ওই সোনার তরীর থিমটা করি, তাহলে সোনার তরীর থিমটা কি হতে পারে যে মহাকালে একটা সুনির্দিষ্ট মানে দিন পর্যন্ত আমাদের ভালো কাজগুলা স্থান দেয়, কিন্তু খারাপ কাজগুলার স্থান আমাদের পৃথিবীতে হয় না, সরি আমাদের নিজেদের ব্যক্তি মানুষের কি হয় না। এভাবে আমরা লেখার উদ্দেশ্যটা কবির এটাই। এই সোনার তরী কবিতা নজরুলের একটা সম্ভবত কি আছে, বনের পাখিরে কে মনে রাখে শুধু গান। তো যাই হোক, মানুষটাকে সবাই ভুলে যেতে পারে, কিন্তু তার গান মানে তার কাজ, তার যে মানে তার যে লেখা, তার যে কবিতা, তার যে উপন্যাস, এটা মানে সারা জীবন একটা থেকে যাবে, ইউনিভার্সাল। সো থিম ইজ ভেরি ইউনিভার্সাল in style and in style থিম ইজ ভেরি ইউনিভার্সাল বিকজ একটা থিমের মধ্যে কিন্তু তুমি সাবজেক্টিভের বাইরেও বিয়ন্ড দ্য সাবজেক্ট, বিয়ন্ড দ্য টপিক অনেক কথা বলা যায়। তবে একটা জিনিস হলো যে আমরা যে ইন্টারমিডিয়েটের সিলেবাসে থিমটা কিভাবে লিখবো, এটা হলো আমি প্রথমে আলোচনা করেছি যে আমার মনে হয় যে আমি যখন কবিতাটা সম্পর্কে আলোচনা করেছিলাম, মোটামুটি একটা থিমটাও ওইখানে চলে এসেছে। আমাদেরকে প্রথমে মনে রাখতে হবে হোয়াট ইজ দ্য সাবজেক্ট ডিসকাসড ইন দ্য পয়েন্ট। What is the subject discussed in the poem? Very first question is, if you have the pen and paper with you, if you have the copy and pen with you, you can write them and you can write the poems. Okay. First, you have to give a very topic sentences, and in topic sentence you have to write the very what subject is dealing in the because it will help you to make a good theme. Okay. So first we have to discuss the very subject, what is regarding the poem, very subject, and what is the protagonist or what is the speaker of the poem wants to say to us, his message. So first we have to create the message of the speaker. First you have to bring out the message of the poet. Okay. First we have to bring out the message of the poet. So if we want to bring out the message of the poet, এখানে কবি কি বলতে চেয়েছেন, যে কবি বোঝাতে চেয়েছেন যে he is doing the very significant duty for the society. So the work and activities of a traffic policeman is very significant for the society. For the society is the subject. and the number second line মানে একটা থিম লিখতে হলে পাঁচটা জিনিসকে কি করতে হবে, পাঁচটা জিনিস তোমরা খাতায় নোট করে নাও। সাবজেক্টটাকে ডিলিং করতে হবে প্রথম, এক নম্বরে সাবজেক্টটাকে ডিলিং করতে হবে। দুই নম্বরে এটার ভিতরে কনফ্লিক্ট কি আছে খুঁজে বের করতে হবে, এবং এই কনফ্লিক্টটার উপরে কিভাবে মানে ওই স্পিকারের রিঅ্যাকশনটা কেমন এটা দেখাতে হবে। তিন নম্বর সেন্টেন্স, চার নম্বর সেন্টেন্সটা ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে কি মানে ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা কিভাবে ইউজ হয়েছে ফিগারেটিভ স্পিচ পারলে, কিন্তু সব ফিগারেটিভ স্পিচ দিলে তিনটা সাইজ অনেক বড় হয়ে যাবে, দরকার নাই। মানে খুব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ফিগারেটিভ স্পিচ বা টার্ম, লিটারারি টার্মটা আলোচনা করে আমরা শেষ করে দেব 4 নম্বর সেন্টেন্সে। এবং 5 নম্বর সেন্টেন্সে আমরা লিখব the lesson what we get, the lesson what we learn, okay, what we learn from the whole poem. Whole, it can be a story, whole story, okay. আচ্ছা, এখন আমরা দেখি যে কি কি করতে হবে আমাদেরকে। প্রথমে কোন সাবজেক্টটা এখানে ডিলিং করা হয়েছে। আমরা কিন্তু একটা থিমে এটার বাইরেও যেতে পারবো। Beyond, we can go beyond the topic, we can go beyond the text, we can go beyond the subject narrated by the poem, inside the poem, by the poet inside the poem. So our subject will be discussed in the very first line. এবং আমরা যদি এখানে কনফ্লিক্টটা দেখি, কনফ্লিক্টটা হলো কি যে এখানে কনফ্লিক্টটা হলো কি যে his work is very significant but it is ignored by the other people is the conflict of the point. 3 নম্বর লাইনে আমরা এটা লিখবো যে how the speaker or the poet react to the conflict. এখানে by saying so many examples, by giving so many examples, the poet says that the poet conveys that his work is very important and significant, but it is often neglected and it is often underestimated by the other people. এটা গেল কনফ্লিক্ট সম্পর্কে যে রাইটারের যে কি রিঅ্যাকশনটা। তারপরে আমরা আসি how is the figurative speech used in the language, মানে use of language is very important. তাহলে আমরা এখানে সবচেয়ে গুরুত্বপূর্ণ যে জিনিসটা এটা হলো repetition of o. By repetition of o, the poet wants to hold the attention of the readers or the viewers. This is the এটা আমরা লিখতে পারি 4 নম্বর সেন্টেন্সে, এবং একদম শেষে এসে বলতে পারি so we should be very careful for estimating or for judging a traffic policeman. এই হলো আমাদের একটা মোটামুটি স্মার্ট থিম। আশা করি বন্ধুরা তোমরা যদি একটু খুব ভালো করে এটাকে একটু দেখো যে টপিকগুলো যদি লিখে ফেলো আমার সাথে সাথে কথা, এখানে পজ দিয়ে তোমরা আমি যে 5টা জিনিস ডিসকাস করেছি এই 5টা জিনিসের প্রতি একটু তোমরা কি করো, লিখে ফেলো, খাতার মধ্যে নোট করে রাখো। তারপরে এই ভিডিওটা আমার মনে হয় প্রথম থেকে শেষ পর্যন্ত বারবার দেখলে তোমরা খুব সুন্দরভাবে প্রত্যেকটা পয়েমেরই কি করতে পারবে, প্রত্যেকটা পয়েমেরই কি করতে পারবে, থিম করতে পারবে। Okay, so another thing I want to say that I have an YouTube channel and I will come to take classes on YouTube, but it will take time because you know that we are passing a very hard time, we are passing a very critical moment for corona pandemic. So I think that this situation will be, we can overcome the situation after 1 or 3 months. 1 month I think the education institutions will open, all the activities will be normalized by the government, I think, and I hope that educational institutions will open very soon, and we are waiting forward to going to our classes, because you know that we became inactive with the teachers, remains at home, staying at home, and became very inactive by not doing any kind of activities or any kind of work, so that I come before you and এটা আমি আবার রিকোয়েস্ট করছি যে এটা শুধুমাত্র আমার স্টুডেন্টদের জন্য এই রিকোয়েস্টটা, অন্য কেউ এটাকে মাথায় নেবেন না, যে এই আমার এই ইয়াগুলা যে তোমরা যাতে আমার অন্যান্য স্টুডেন্টসরাও যাতে পায় এই লাইভ ক্লাসটা না দেখতে পারলেও তারা যাতে অন্যান্য সময় ভিডিওটাকে কি করে আবার দেখতে পারে এটার জন্য। এখন আমি সামারি নিয়ে কিছু কথা বলবো, যে এটা যদি আমরা সামারি বলি তাহলে সামারি হলো হোয়াট ইজ সামারি, যেমনটা কবিতা তেমনটাই ব্যাখ্যা করে দেওয়ার মানে হলো সামারি। আমরা যদি সোজা বাংলা বলি, যেমনটা সামারি ইজ ভেরি মাচ সাবজেক্টিভ and theme is very much objective. What is the difference between summary and theme? The summary is very much subjective. A subjective যে যা ইউজ হয়েছে in third person point of view. We cannot use I, we cannot use my, we cannot use so many things are used as a first person to show the first person point of view, but we have to change them in third person. He, she, the traffic policeman, like that. Okay, but in summary also in summary we have to write the precise of the poem. Okay, so main idea of the poem, what the writer or the poet says in the poem, the total gist will be the summary. Okay, the total story will be the summary. In summary, we can say that in summary writing, so many teachers say that summary will be the 1/3 of the main text. This is also written in the NCTB textbook that summary must not exceed 100 words, and it will be 1/3 of the main text. 1/3 of the main text, and what is depicted in the whole poem, and we have to put all of them. But in brief size, not elaborately briefing. Okay. So in summary, we can say that this is a poem about a traffic policeman. Here the traffic policeman describes his works. How is it important, how much important for the other people, and he is always neglected by the other people. But his purpose of his activities, or his purpose of his duty to make the other people safe and sound, to make other people, but any kind of weather he has to be on duty. He has to be very very active, remain active, and watching very carefully, and here sometime he get his ears hard and his head aches. That means sometimes he gets pain, but he has nothing to do. He has to remain standing in the middle of the road, and he had no other chance to go away from his work, from his respective work, and everything he does for his own for the safety of the other people. This is the summary of the poem. So what is the অনেকে অনেক কথা বলবে, এই থিম বোঝাতে গিয়ে অনেক টিচাররা অনেক কথা বলবে, সবগুলাই আপনারা শুনবেন, ঠিক আছে। তারপর আমি এটা খুব সহজভাবে বোঝানোর চেষ্টা করলাম যে থিম হলো যে আসলে মোট কি উদ্দেশ্যে কবি এটা বলছেন। এটা হলো universal truth for the for common people, for all people. But what is the summary? Summary is the sentences written in a paragraph, written in a passage, and depicting or describing all about the poem, but in brief in size. Okay, brief in size. So another thing I want to say something, who the students want to take admission in Dhaka University or all other universities, then you will get some difficulties by that. It can be happen in comprehension writing. This poem, you will get this poem, and after the poem 5 or 6 questions will attach to attached to your main text or topic, like that. who is the speaker in the poem? Like this, the question will appear in Dhaka University admission test. Who is the speaker in the poem? The speaker in the poem is a traffic policeman. Okay, and in Dhaka University admission test and other universities, I noticed that from the figurative speech, you have to identify the simile, you have to identify the metaphor, you have to identify the personification, oxymoron, and other literary terms, other figurative speech from the poem. So, in reading poem, you get the complete test of literature. And this is so that I love this very much. You know that with a student of I was the student of literature, but there is no scope by teaching intermediate student in the colleges or madrasas. But in our madrasa, that in Fadil there are 300 marks on literature. So this class will be benefited, will benefit, but the students of Fadil class who are in the third year. So in university admission test, you can get comprehension question, answering question type question. Then you can get theme writing. You can get summary writing, and to identify the figurative speech or the literary terms. So, my dear students, be safe and sound and stay at home, and pray for me, I will come again. And before you know that I took a class day before tomorrow, but the day before tomorrow, I took a class about transformation of sentences, and there I discussed only one rule, and I was committed with you that another 11 rules I will discuss in my next class. So be safe and sound. Goodbye. Thank you all.